So in this next hand, we have queen 4 suited from the cutoff. We open. We had plenty of chips and we felt like the table captain, so the table also was pretty soft so far. Everybody folds. We get a call from the big blind, on which we had quite a good live tell. The flop is 6-9 deuce with 2 spades. He checks, we check back because he hits this board more often than we do. The turn brings a second deuce, so the board pairs with a deuce. The flush draw doesn't complete, and he checks again. This time we bet something like 40%, 35%, 40% of the pot, and he instantly raises us. He, in my opinion, here he doesn't represent too much. Also, every hand he had, which he went to showdown, he took a long time until he raised or called, or yeah. So this time it was an instant raise. Like I know you don't have now anything, so I will raise you and bluff you off this pot. I decided to call with queen high. He could have a lot of 7-8, 5-7, jack 8, jack 10 type of hands that are somehow semi bluffing, I guess. And on the river we have a 3, not completing the flush draw, and he again instant bet pot. So having all those live tells and considering the meta game in this hand as well, I snap called with queen high, and he mugs his hand. So I hope he wasn't bluffing with king high and mugs it, but I don't think so. In the next one we have 9-10 suited in the late position. I think also in the cutoff, and the hijack opens. The table was quite passive, so we had a lot of multi-way pots, so I decided to place a small 3-bet. He calls, and the flop came king 8x with 2 spades. He checks, we bet a third pot. He calls, we got the 7 of spades on the turn. He checks again, we bet half pot, he folds. This hand is quite an interesting hand because it's with one of the poker pros at the table. We are in the button and we have pocket jacks. He opens, he is in the hijack. He opens, so we decide to 3-bet to 7,500, and he 4-bets. We decide to call, and we flop quads. So we have jack 9 with 2 diamonds on the board. He bets a third pot. Of course, we call. On the turn, it was a blank turn. He decides to bet again. This time he sizes up to 60% of the pot. We quickly call, and on the river he checks, we jam, and he instant folds and tell us that he had king queen. And he also I took the camera to film the board, and he asks if we had quads.
Do you have quads?
Sorry?
Do you have quads or not?
He was a really nice guy. Actually, he finished in third place in this tournament, and took home, I think, 100,000 euros. So he was quite a good player. and we had him on another table later, and he was quite fine. We had some very good laughs. So um, Vitali, if you're watching, shout out to you, and all the respect, and GG for your performance and for third place in this huge tournament. So we finished day 1E with 400k in chips, and day 2 starts with 2,000, 4,000 blinds. So we would have 100 blinds, which is amazing for starting day 2. And we also made it into the money by making day 2. So that will be 1.7 k for the starters, and yeah, we'll see. In day 2 we had we were quite card dead. We made a pay jump, we fluctuated a little bit with our chips, and we had a very interesting hand with quite a good regular. He was on my direct left. He 3-betted me all day. We opened queen 9 off from the cutoff. Having him very aggressive, I might consider even folding. But the blinds were quite passive, so I decided to open. This time he just called. The flop is queen 6-7 with 2 hearts. We don't have any hearts in our hand. The big blind also completed. Big blind checks. We decide to c-bet. Third pot, he calls. Big blind folds. Turn is a deuce of clubs. Here I decided to check also for pot control, and also to get him to start bluffing all of his draws, his weaker pairs maybe. So I will get some extra value by checking this very safe turn. He bets 75% of the pot, leaving behind one pot size bet. We decide to call, and on the river a king of clubs. So the hearts miss, so the heart draw didn't complete, and the river is a king of clubs. We check, and he jams a pot size bet. So right from the start of the day, I felt like he was really aggressive. Every second hand I opened, he 3-betted me. So I, having no hearts here, he would also sometimes bet his ace-10, ace-5 of hearts, ace-jack of hearts that didn't 3-bet pre-flop, ace-8, ace-9. After a long consideration, I decided to call, having too many draws that busted there. So yeah, I called, and unfortunately he shows us king-queen off suit. Decent hand. Yeah, I probably should have conserved my stack there and folded, but that was my feeling at the moment. I really thought that if there is someone who could bluff missing draws, it would be this guy. And later on, when I saw him on stream, I didn't regret my call, to be honest. Yeah, and I remain with 20 blinds, and after a couple round of tables, we had 18 blinds from the button. We had ace-8 off, and we jam, and the big blind called with king-queen off. I think it's a bad call, in my opinion. He really thought about it. If it were a bounty tournament, maybe yeah, it's a good call. But yeah, I'm glad when I see that I'm getting called with an ace high hand by king queen. Unfortunately, king on the flop, and that was it. And we were out on 143 place with 2 pay jumps made. So we made 2,325 euros. So yeah, that was my day 2.